Hey everyone, it's John Taylor. I'm on my news desk and my research desk and doing some reporting and also some research on MicroStrategy and cryptocurrency and the blockchain and commodity market. Make sure you read the risk disclosure below, but I show this real quick here. Informational purposes only, not a financial advisor, etc. So let's take a look at strategy, right? 100% downtrend. Okay, the stock's tanking, Bitcoin is tanking. And so is it time to purchase, MicroStrategy stocks? We're taking a look at it. You can see 52-week low, $155, so it's approaching it, retesting it. And then let's look at, here, I'll shut this off real quick. So let's take a look at Ethereum. Ethereum also too in the last 6 months, big strong downtrend. And then let's look at on bar chart, I'll put the links below for this, with the futures long-term trends. So you'll notice that silver bullion has the greatest weighted alpha. I'll bring this over here so you can see it. Check this out. The weighted alpha for silver bullion is positive plus 96. Again, see how well it's doing? So is platinum, palladium, gold, dry whey, coffee, high-grade copper, Dr. Copper, and the Brazilian real. So these, look, here's the commodities, and see how well they're doing. Again, here's silver bullion. So I'm a seller of silver bullion right now on my eBay account, and they're doing really well, trading at a huge premium. So it's the 100%, almost nearly 100% positive weighted alpha. Now where do I go with those hyperinflated dollars in silver bullion? Again, not a CTA, but let's look at the bottom of the list here real quick. I'll scroll down. You'll notice what's here. Got orange juice is the negative 68. We got butter, Ethereum micro. Look at this. I'll pan this over here. You'll see that Ethereum, is negative 37 alpha again, and then Ethereum futures, Bitcoin or Bitcoin micro, Bitcoin futures are off negative 30 alpha. And then again, compare and contrast, I'll scroll up slowly to precious metals. So what I'm doing is I'm again selling my silver bullion products on eBay and taking those hyperinflated dollars and then looking where do they go? Well, I'm looking at Ethereum being the most I could purchase orange juice, but it doesn't have a very long shelf life as compared to silver bullion. Butter, the same thing, but so I'm looking at Ethereum as being oversold in Ethereum futures. And then let's look at the Ethereum chart here. I don't look at charts, but Ethereum is off 10% today, trading at 27.38 to the US dollar. So is it time to purchase Ethereum? Ethereum is a decentralized platform that runs smart contracts, applications that run exactly as programmed without any possibility of downtime, censorship. So that's Ethereum. And so that's what I'm looking at, just kind of doing my research, saying, well, do I take my silver bullion and then sell it and then purchase Ether micro? Here, let's click on it and see the Ethereum micro futures. Look at this. It's an 88% sell, all right, for the Ethereum micro contract. Again, not a commodity trading advisor, but so look, you can see like in the last 6 months, Ethereum's had a strong sell downtrend here. Look at from just over 5, close to 5,000 was resistance. And now it's dippy dip with a negative 36% weighted alpha. So let's look at silver. I'll look at the silver ETF here real quick. Show this to you. SLV. Huge pump on silver. Look, it's the opposite. I'll shut this off real quick. Bar chart's amazing. But look at this. Silver bullion is 100% buy on the bar chart technical opinion and is in the top 1 percentile of all of commodity markets. You can see it's breaking out here. Here is resistance at 49, and now it's breaking out. So on this breakout, again, that represents here, Ethereum is the opposite. It's breaking down technically. And then MicroStrategy breaking down technically, 100% strong sell, right? So compare and contrast, silver, 100% strong buy. So that's my technical opinion. I don't use a technical analysis. So RSI is above 70% on silver bullion. So I'm selling it into the strength and then looking to either purchase MicroStrategy stock shares or Ethereum. Ethereum is oversold technically, especially on weighted alpha. So that's my research, everyone. What do you guys think? Tell me what you think. You can check out my links below. And you'll see here, look at Ethereum, ETH, the grayscale Ethereum iShares. Here, let's look at volatility shares on ETH. These are leveraged 200%. 56% strong sell, or sell 6 months off 20% today. So eventually, these shares eventually will be oversold. Technically, certainly as compared to silver. Look at these shares, volatile 200%. The volatility shares Ether seeks to provide daily investment results before fees and expenses to twice the performance of Ether for a single day. So this is a leverage product. Then ETHE, grayscale Ethereum ETF. So you guys tell me what you think. Leave comments down below. Tell me what you think. Should I sell my silver bullion and then purchase Ethereum? Here's a great ETF. And fair disclosure, I own Grayscale Ethereum Trust. I'm starting to accumulate some more of it. So this is just me doing my own research on oversold commodities, and then looking at Grayscale Ethereum Trust versus the silver bullion market, the metals complex, because of hyperinflation and the de-dollarization event. There's been all kinds of news stories too about MicroStrategy, and Peter Schiff talking about MicroStrategy, being short rated by BlackRock. And I guess, BlackRock wants MicroStrategy's Bitcoin. So look, 1 percentile, and it's being oversold. So I own MicroStrategy stock here. I'm starting to accumulate some of it. So am I making the right move? Sell the silver bullion into the strength and then buy the dippy dip in Grayscale Ethereum Trust, because the futures contracts weighted alpha here looks oversold technically, especially on a weighted alpha perspective. Our video's running about 8 minutes. Again, silver bullion here, positive weighted alpha. Look at this. So here's silver bullion, here's platinum, here's gold, palladium, and then Dr. Copper's doing well. Looking at gasoline, lean hogs, British pound sterling. So again, Ether micro, Ether futures, Bitcoin futures, these are all oversold. All oversold technically. So the one that's the worst oversold is the Ethereum micro. So that's my research. I know it's a longer video, but just kind of, you guys tell me what you think. And then you can check out the links below too on my new ebook that I penned. I'll show this to you. It's on agentic AI, the artificial intelligence, and AI and large language models. So you can read that. Interesting read. So again, it's John Taylor on my research desk, selling silver bullion into the great pumped up. Let's look at the silver contract here real quick. strong buy signal. You know, that's where it's at, selling into that strength. And then look, silver bullion breaking out today, huge pump. Look at this, it's up almost 3% for the day, the all-time high for the year, a new all-time high at 52-week range here. Look at 59.11, and then the high today is at 59.430. You know, it's never too high to buy, and the trend's your friend. So that's why I'm not a big seller of silver bullion right now. I'm slowly starting to sell my products. You know, on my eBay account, I have, you know, I'll show these. I have thousands of these products. They're all made out of silver bullion. They're trading at a huge premium. See, they're pumping up here. So I'm squeaking a few of these out as we're getting a breakout to a new all-time high. Some are saying that silver bullion could go to $200 an ounce. So that's the thing. What about the Dixie, the US dollar, US dollar index? Some are calling this the Great Reset, and that the US dollar is being, all the national debt here in the US is being reset into the stable coins and the big beautiful bill and the Stable Coins Act. So you can see the US dollar has been dipping in price over 5 years. You can see it's up here at 115, and now here at 96. So the US dollar has not been doing well. And so, you know, this is what we got. And then stocks, the stock market is pumping at new all-time highs. So is Warren Buffett right? You know, is the stocks trading at too big of a premium? It's time to get into some cash. You guys tell me. I own precious metals, you know, selling the silver bullion, you know, and then looking at it, and then looking at MicroStrategy, Strategy Inc. Strong silver bullion versus MicroStrategy. They're the opposite of each other technically. So that's why I think strategy represents value. You can see the stock here in the last 5 years pinnacled at like $540 a share. The last year it's just been dipping. So MicroStrategy says they have like, I don't know, years worth of cash reserves and the ability to pay its dividend. So is it profitable? Bitcoin slump hits strategy hard, but this MicroStrategy option play pays you. With cryptocurrencies gaining traction in 24 and 25, many companies pivoted to the Bitcoin treasury concept or strategy. So they issue stock or debt to accumulate Bitcoin and rely on appreciation to increase a company's value, but there's a big catch. The strategy requires Bitcoin to go up. And after reaching an all-time high of 126,000 on the 6th of October, just a few days ago, Bitcoin has plunged to, you know, nearly 28% or greater at 91,436. Well, now it's at, you know, I mean, strategy's tanking. So, you know, just doing my own research. You guys tell me what you think. Check out the links below. Please subscribe to my channel. Again, it's John Taylor and my research desk. MicroStrategy and Bitcoin are oversold, and Bitcoin is doing it's doing well, but it's still in a bear market. And then precious metals are pumping. Tell me what you think, and have a great day.